I voted for La Carnada.
Or La Carnata?
I voted for La Carnata.
It was deep, it was serious, there was no frivolity.
I thought it was beautifully shot.
It just had such depth, layers.
And in fact, it had probably very little entertainment value, but so much social justice value.
And it was a really touching story.
I voted for The Brave, the Boldest.
I voted for The Brave, the Boldest.
I also voted for The Brave, the Boldest.
It was drama-filled, it was suspenseful.
I thought that the different characters were extraordinary.
There was comical at times.
And I thought the whole concept of, can you put off the inevitable? Is there a way to not know what's coming? And obviously there's no way to get away from it.
So I was really impressed, not only with that film, but with others. It was a really tough decision.
I loved The Shift because I think that concept, I didn't see it in any movie. I loved it, the way it ended.
It was very engaging movie and I was thinking what will happen next.
We voted for 97%.
97%?
97% because it just kind of touched my heart.
I thought that was funny, relevant, well-produced, well-acted.
And it was very simply stated, and it was very much like an Amsterdam state of mind.
It had a good message that people need to stop staring at their electronic devices and interact with each other again.
I voted for Rhino Full Throttle.
Rhino Full Throttle.
Very romantic, very poetic.
It was full of imagination and heart.
The mix between using the landscape as props and then also incorporating that into the film.
It was a lot about creativity and collage and very artistic.
A compelling story, but it also showcased film as an art form, which I think is what short films, successful ones, do best.
And in a short film, it's difficult to compress all of that, and he did a fine job. He used his medium very, very well.
I voted for The Fall.
The Fall.
I voted for The Fall because it was just riveting, and that one is going to stick with me.
I thought the ending was just great. I thought it was one of the best endings I've seen in any movie, and the rest of the film was great also.
Men Make Do is extraordinary. It was kind of sweet, and so you could write it off, but it was very textured. Every bit of the styling was impeccable, and that little head had so much expression that I think we shouldn't forget that when we vote.
Nick, you are amazing. Thank you so much for doing this for us. Just a wonderful experience.
The quality was superb.
There were really at least 5 extraordinary films. Very well done.
I thought it was really awesome. I've never really watched shorts before. I really enjoyed it.
This was my first one, and I would without a doubt be back.
I'm going to see it next year. You're going to bring it to my town next year.
I'm ashamed that this has not ever been on my radar. Maybe a blip, or a sad little blip, and I'm so sorry about that. Because I was.
You'll be back next year?
Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely.